Okay, got them in there. And yes, there was some concrete in the footing here that goes all the way along the front edge of the garage floor. And I kept chipping on that to get those couple blocks here to go down further. Okay? And I'm thinking that's going to be good enough. Haven't tried it yet. It's the second time. First time was with you, second time's with you. Okay? Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. Look at that. How's that looking? I'm liking that. Okay. And I've got the light on in the garage now, but if I turn the light off, I think it's too dark outside. I'm gonna turn the light off in the garage. Let's see. I see a little daylight. Just a tiny bit right there. See there? I mean, whew, I don't think I can get it any better than that. If anything, well, I need to make sure that it's tight at the end. And it is tight enough. There's no way a mouse can go underneath that. Okay, and I don't think I can get this any lower over here because of that concrete. And then there's a piece of rebar down in there too. And see, I got it. It's looking really nice, actually. And if I wanted to, get this open again. I can tap them down ever so little. I tried to be as careful as I could. I can take a block with my hammer, and I want to make sure to do the whole thing. Don't just go here and try to hit half of this brick to go down, because you could snap it. And this is the one I couldn't. I don't think I can get it any further. But this will kind of sink it into the sand, just a little. That. And well, let's just keep the camera on here. I know it's getting dark, and I don't know how clear the video is going to be. I can turn the garage light back on. Yes. Now see, these, you don't really have to necessarily tap these down much over here, because they weren't really hitting, were they? But yeah, I see one right here. I think I could probably get down. Okay. Wow, it could be hitting something under there, and I hate to do it much more, because it's rectangular square ends. I'm trying to push this side down, which the bottom of that goes this way, This could be cut just a hair long or something, but that actually looks better right there. And see, now I want this edge to go down, so I've got to hit that. Now I can kind of look at that and see if I can get some of these down just a hair further. And I know these can't go down any further. Okay, I think that's gonna be it. We'll turn the light off in the garage. I don't think I'm gonna mess with it anymore. We'll just hang out here. There, how's that looking? You like that? You give me a thumbs up for that one? Are you there? Isn't that nice? And I know those pesky little mice aren't going to come in here anymore. And am I done for the night? Nope. Now that I know I can't do anything more than that, I'm going to go the extra mile. I've got all the sand here. I'm going to put the sand down, but before I do that, I've got to work on these bricks. I've got to move this one over. There's a small little one underneath. One little tiny one over there. I need to just put a little rock on the back side of that, wedge it over to get this back up, and then I'll be able to put the sand in here. See these cut bricks here. I just kind of tapped them over that way, and now I've got a little bit of a gap there and a little gap there. Do you see what I mean? And see this big one here, they cut off. And before I put sand in there, see, what will I do here? I'll take my stiff cutting knife and just get it in there and try to wedge it over. And it could be hitting. They cut this and they didn't cut it nice and flat like on a saw. I thought I would try to move that. See, it's hitting on that one, and that's okay. I don't think I want to really mess with it too much there. Those gaps, see, I've got another gap there now, which is fine. This one I just moved a little bit. This one's up too high. Got that. Just a few adjustments, and I'll fix those in there. And then I'm going to put the sand on here. Once I put the sand down, you're never going to see any of those gaps, and that's why those bricks have those little grooves on them, like they do. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you probably want to see what I did over there. I got them. I moved this brick over. I moved the other one, and I put a little piece of concrete right down in there and wedged it over. And I'll probably throw some sand down in that hole too, but that's underneath there. That's never going to see that anymore. And see, now I'm just going to take the sand that I have. It's the same sand as what was down there before. Okay. And I can just sprinkle it on here. Yeah, let's put it on. And then whatever I don't use, I can sweep up, see? And it's, you know, after I get done, after a while, it's probably gonna sink in. And that's what it generally does. A lot of times they'll take this, they'll sweep it in like on a patio. Have you ever seen them do that? And then they water it down with a hose. And that sinks it down even further. And then you put a little bit more on there, you know? But for the time being, this is gonna work. And it's just gonna get in there. And when I see the groove, you just keep sweeping it back and forth. You know. So I'll take this and I'll just keep going, because the more you sweep, the more little bits and you'll get down in the nooks and crannies. You know what I mean? And I'll probably still have sand left, and then maybe in a week or so, you know, it's supposed to rain and snow next week. Well, this week actually, in a couple days. 2 days from now, we're supposed to get snow. And then after all that, I'll come back here and look at this again. And then I can put some more sand in there. See? And when I get done, it'll almost look like I was never here. And that's how I like to do things. Do it so it looks like you were never there, meaning that it looked fine to begin with, let's say, like it was a brand new install or something. Now there's a spot right there. So I'll keep working it, and I'll put some in the very corner, you know, over in there, and do all that, and give it a good once-over sweep. And then I'll show you what it looks like in a minute.